Mix 95.7. We are the Big Joe and Laura Show, welcoming you to Tuesday, June 11th, 2024. Good morning, Laura. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I don't know if I should share this because some people might think this is really exciting news if they haven't looked at this already, or this might be like a terrible start to their day. Without even knowing what I'm going to say, should I risk it?
I have no idea what you're going to possibly say, so go ahead.
Okay. Do you like warm weather?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is for you then, Laura. Next week, they're saying starting on Sunday, like going into Monday, we're going to have lower to mid 90s.
It's supposed to be like 87 tomorrow.
Yeah, but I like next week, Monday, 94. I'm like, oh God, I hope my AC can hold up to that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was thinking about, like, Laura, where you live now. I used to live there too, and it's a beautiful home, but it's like older kind of HVAC, I feel like, or something. It just doesn't cool it properly, and I always had that struggle every house. I'm a bigger guy.
Oh, no, I don't have any problems there at all.
Oh, okay. I thought you said it was hot in the one room.
No, there's
whatever.
one room that, is not a room I use, so it's not a big deal. But no, the downstairs is really cold most of the time. Way too cold, if anything.
If not, if you don't have that luxury of having some actual cool air, which is, oh gosh, it gets so hot, definitely start figuring out, like, what are you going to do? You're going to get the box fan? Man, I remember when Lindsay and I moved in, we had combined probably like 6 fans. Just because we didn't have money for anything, you know what I mean?
Sure.
So it's like you got like a couple of like fans you'd put in the window to try to like pull the hot air out and cool air move around.
I don't understand why people think that works, because I've tried that before and it just feels like hot air blowing around. I don't understand how that makes anything any better.
Yeah, it's like
when I can just blow the hot air in without bringing more hot air in and bugs by opening the window. Like, I'd rather just die in stuffiness than to open a window and let bugs in on top of being hot. No, thank you.
You know what I never tried, but I just thought of, like, okay, the bill would be expensive, but maybe some places where you rent, they cover the electric bill. Like back in the day, I had an apartment place where that was covered.
Oh, I've never had one of those.
Oh,
what a luxury.
Yeah, like I said, a rarity, but putting like a fan, having the freezer open, just constantly blowing it, would that do anything?
If you don't want to have cold food ever again, that's a great idea.
Baby, I got my hot and ready. I don't need anything else.
Oh, God, no.
All right. Well, hey, that's just something, I don't know, maybe you're excited the warm weather, you get to head out to the beach, or maybe you need to start, figuring out what am I going to wear that's going to cover the least amount of skin so I can stay cool. But that's coming your way less than a week or so from now. Coming up this morning on the show, we'd love for you to be part of it, whether you call us, DM us, comment on something on social media. We've got your chance to get our play-along prize, which, if you're a Maroon 5 fan, this is awesome.
Yeah, tickets to see them at Pine Knob. So make sure you give us a call and participate in the show, 616-600-0957.
It's time for Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7.
This sounds awesome, but there's no way I'd ever do this. Next year, swimmers are hitting the open waters of Lake Superior for the Edmund Fitzgerald Memorial Swim. This will be a 17-stage, 411-mile relay swim. It's going to start from Lake Superior, go to Detroit, and it's commemorating the 50th anniversary of the sinking of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The swim is scheduled for July 26th of next year, and the cool thing is, too, we'll get to see this, Laura, even if we're not in the water, because these swimmers are going to be featured in an upcoming documentary.
Speaking of the water, the cardboard boat race is returning to the Coast Guard Festival in 2024. Maybe that's a little more obtainable than swimming 400 miles for some of us. But the competition, which is free to enter, takes place the next day on Saturday, July 27th. And you just basically design a human-powered cardboard boat. And as long as it can make it 200 yards, however you make it go, congratulations, you're able to compete.
I want us to do this, but I don't know if I could find something that would be buoyant enough for me.
Yeah, I don't think cardboard boats are made for you, Big Joe. I'm sorry to tell you. But they do have a few awards. You don't have to get first place. Maybe you can win one of these instead. They'll have a Boat Swain Award given to the most spectacular looking boat. And my favorite, and the one you're most likely to win, the Iceberg Award, which is the most dramatic sinking.
Oh, like just when we step into it and it goes straight down?
Just completely down. And there's also like a fan favorite and some other things that you can win too. So it seems like a really good time. I'm glad they're bringing it back.
All right, I'm going to start saving all Lindsay's Amazon boxes, Laura. We got this. And for your final Need to Know news story, we're heading back to the east side of the state for another update on that guy who showed up to a Zoom court date for driving with a suspended license while driving inside of his car. Corey Harris is the man's name, and his lawyer posted a video yesterday of him going inside the Secretary of State to try and get his learner's permit.
All right, guys, we at the Secretary of State. Mr. Harris is going in to take his test. We'll see how we do.
Congratulations. You did it.
Okay, congrats, he got it. Now, will this help his case? I guess we're going to have to wait and see what happens.
It shouldn't have to happen at all. His license wasn't even supposed to be suspended in the first place.
Well, he didn't pay child support, so that's what happens in Michigan. They suspend it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, that didn't make him unable to drive. Just fix it if he pays it and move on. This poor man. I feel so sorry for him.
That is Big Joe and Laura's Need to Know News on Mix 95.7. It's Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7. I don't know if I should be even allowed to talk about this because this is definitely a pet peeve of mine. This lady went online and she posted a video that has a lot of people upset. She says, you know what? If you see me at a store, I'm not going to be doing this.
I'm not returning my shopping cart. And you can judge me all you want. I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and then leaving them in the car to go return the cart.
Okay, now, there's probably a reason why, right? Well, this is why she says she will not do that.
Last year, 265 children were abducted in parking lots in America. Half of those were sexually assaulted. As a single mom returning your shopping cart, you are prime for a predator to watch and grab you.
Okay, so Laura and I hearing this, we were wondering, parents of West Michigan, do you fall in the same boat as her? Or do you say, yeah, I got kids, that cart's staying where it's at? Or are you actually going to go and return the thing?
No, I'm returning my card. I'm not a spaz. 616-600-0957. I say this with all of the disrespect humanly possible. Bum. That is bum energy. I cannot stand it when people don't take the shopping cart back. And listen, I shop with my now, as of today, 7-month-old baby all the time. We go to Target, we go to Walmart, we go to Meijer. We wander around town all we want. But you know what? My car has locking doors. His car seat is incredibly difficult to get in and out of. So I'm not really concerned about the literally less than 30 seconds it takes me to push the cart over to the corral. And if you're really concerned about it, park next to the corral, and then you don't have to go any amount of distance. In fact, if you park right next to it, you could probably just do it from the back end of your car. Just, a little over, slide it, bam, you're in. Like, it's just so simple. And I give a pass to anybody with any sort of disability or anything possible that keeps you from taking the cart back. I'm not here to shame you for that. But if you're just saying, I'm worried someone will take they're not going to, it's not, no, we're not doing this, no.
I agree with you. That's more the exception to the rule, and there's always that in life. Of course, there's going to be somebody like, well, what about me for this? Yes, of course, that's different. There's a pass for that. But in general, I actually kind of agree with you. I'd be curious to know if anybody agrees with this woman, because she's like, I'm not alone. I know there's other people that are in the same boat as me.
I know there are other people that are using this as an excuse, just like me. Please validate me. So seriously, do you have a good reason why you leave that cart out at the middle of the parking lot? Or are you like me and you're going around? I actually pick up other people's carts and put them in the corral because it drives me insane. So my son's probably sitting in the car more vulnerable for longer because you left your cart out and didn't take your kid. So if my kid gets snatched, it's your fault for not taking your cart back. That's where I'm taking this. 616-600-0957. Do you take the shopping cart back, or do you leave it in the middle of the parking lot when you're a parent by yourself? We're Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7.
Good morning. It is Big Joe and Laura on Mix 95.7. Grand Rapids Best Mix. Moms and dads are divided after this one mom posted online saying, look, you expect me to return a shopping cart? Yeah, with my kid? Yeah, right.
I'm not returning my shopping cart, and you can judge me all you want. I'm not getting my groceries into my car, getting my children into the car, and then leaving them in the car to go return the cart.
Okay, now there's got to be a reason why. Well, this is what she said.
Last year, 265 children were abducted in parking lots in America. Half of those were sexually assaulted. As a single mom returning your shopping cart, you are prime for a predator to watch and grab you.
Katie and Lowell, what do you think about parents who leave the shopping cart in the middle of the parking lot because they've got a kiddo? Is it okay, or do they need to make it to the corral?
Honestly, it always needs to go to the corral because you got to the store, you got out of your car, you grabbed your kids, you went and got the cart, right?
Yeah.
So why can't you reverse that process on the way back, grab your kids out of the car, and then go back to your car? It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, you're absolutely right. That's the way I feel about it. And as someone with a 6-month-old who frequently goes to stores by myself with him, I put him in the car seat. I walk the cart over real quick. I lock the door even if I really feel worried about it. You know how long it takes to get my kid into the car seat? There's no way anyone is snatching him that quickly.
Exactly.
Katie,
exactly. I'm saying.
A lot of people are afraid to talk about about their political beliefs because it can be dividing, but I would say talking about returning your shopping cart or not is the biggest divide in the world because people will either agree or violently disagree with you.
No, you are. If you're not returning your shopping cart, I think it's out of pure laziness. That's my thought.
Katie said it, not me, but I agree.
Katie, you're awesome. Thanks for calling in this morning. We appreciate you, and I hope you have a great rest of your morning.
Thanks. You guys have a good one. Bye.
Jackie Muskegon, so what? You're kind of on the fence on this?
I'm 50-50. So I'm a single mom. I have 4 kids. My youngest is not even a year old. My oldest is 13. If I've got my oldest kid, I feel more secure of like, you know what? I got a minute. Let me put this card away. I am way more vulnerable as a female, as a woman in general, okay, when I am by myself. If it is me or my children, screw the cart. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to put any extra thought into that. And I hate to say it like that. But there are times when I'm like, you know what, I feel kind of sketched out, or maybe somebody's lingering a little bit more than they should. So to disregard her and say, oh, you know, trafficking's not an issue that we shouldn't worry about. No, definitely. I think she brings a valid point to the table to say, hey, my children come first. And I would never shame a woman for saying that.
You have an absolutely valid point. If your instincts say, hey, this is not a situation that I feel safe in, yeah, leave the cart every single time. But
yes, absolutely,
I think that there's
abandoned ship.
Oh, yeah. No, I think you're absolutely right. Trust your gut, Mom. You know what's going on. But I think there's definitely situations where people are like, I'm scared. No, take your cart back. Be reasonable. Park near the corral.
I actually don't think that we should use it as a cop-out to not be generous. You know, like you said. Okay, try and get yourself closer to a cart corral. You know, all those things should be done first and foremost. Yes, absolutely.
So do you agree with Katie and Lowell or Jackie and Muskegon when it comes to returning the shopping cart when you got kiddos with you? Be part of the show and let us know. 616-600-0957 or in the Mix 95.7 app, you can DM us or send a voice message. Big Joe's Little Wins. We'd love to celebrate the good stuff that's happening in your life at 616-600-0957. You can also call us, DM us, or send a voice message in our Mix 95.7 app. We do this weekdays around 6:50, and we're going to get to Nikki in 1 second and Grant. I wanted to share my little win yesterday. I've been talking about I need to start working on my flexibility, doing yoga, blah, blah, blah. And I've had this program on my phone that I pay for, and I never use it. Well, yesterday, I actually got it in. 40 minutes. I feel so much better today, just stretching and moving around. That's what I'm talking about. That's a little win.
Heck yeah.
Now let's go to Nikki and Grant. Thanks for hanging on. What's your little win?
My kids. It's my kids' wins. Both my son and my daughter. My son just finished preschool, and my daughter just finished first grade. And just their growth this last year, like end of school, and my son was more of the shy one. My daughter was more the outgoing one. So like they both did soccer, so she tried something new, and then just seeing him, you know, doing an extra, you know, thing outside of school with the soccer and being social, and just how much his social skills have grown is just fantastic. And then her actually trying a sport and something different outside of her comfort zone, and just like taking it on, like that's a huge win for both of them and for me, because it's like it just makes me so happy.
No, you should be so proud. You should be such a proud mama bear, because to see them succeeding and growing and being good citizens across the board is like the ultimate win as a mom, and you should feel so good about that.
Absolutely. They are. You just look at them and go, oh, you're so grown up. Stop.
Yeah, no.
Slow down.
Don't stop. Yeah.
Well, Nikki and Grant, thank you for calling in and sharing that for Big Joe's Little Wins.
And a big shout out to your little ones too.
Thank you.
What do you got for Little Win? Maybe it's about your kiddos. Maybe it's about yourself. We just want to share awesome, positive news. Call in and be part of the show. 616-600-0957.